All right, what's good with the chat? So I'm gonna go ahead and kick today off with Nikola Vucevic, just because he's the second person to be released in the events. So Bronny was released on day one, and then you get Vucevic on day two to try to get some of his fragments. So let's talk about Vucevic. All right, so we look at his dominance because I'm not gonna be able to see it in the next screen when I do the comparison. Vucevic off-ball movement speed and three-pointers field goal percentage increases. The movement speed is a bonus of 12%, and three-point field goal bonus is 10%. So when we go into his comparison, we're looking at to see how fast he is, since he's going to get a speed bonus, and then how good is his 3 point. So automatically, when you think about speed, and when you think about the three ball, the person that automatically comes to mind is K Towns. But we ain't gonna get into it just yet. We're gonna talk about him now. There's new people to my channel, so like I did with Bronny James, I have noticed that the devs, when they release these new ballers, they're not for veteran players. The veteran players already have Steph Curry's, they already have Antetokounmpo, they already have AD, they already have maxed out Embiid's. These new ballers are for new players coming into the season because we do get new players coming into the season, and you can see them in chat when they have like less than 100 fucking games played. So I was speaking to them when it comes to talking about Vukovic and what he brings to the team. All right, so look at his exclusive. Vukovic is a skilled seven-footer with a soft touch capable of scoring from mid-range and beyond. He can finish with both hands in the paint and is also an elite rebounder. Exclusive effect. After performing a shimmy and shake, Vukovic's inside field goal percentage and shot contest resistance increased greatly. Additionally, after sinking an interior shot, his three-point field goal percentage and rebound success rate increased for a brief period. So, what that says to me, number one, he's selfish. And what I mean about that is that his exclusive is fully focused on him and his capabilities. It's about him performing his shimmy shake. It's about his field goal percentage. It's about his shot contest resistance. It's about his interior shot. It's about his 3 point field goal percentage and his rebound success rate. So you have to score in order to get these boosts. But when you get these boosts, inside field goal percentage bonus is 30%. The inside shot contest resistance bonus is 60%. Within 30 seconds after successful inside shot, the 3 point field goal percent bonus is 8%, and the rebound success rate bonus is 15%. So the reason why I say that his exclusive is selfish as well as his dominancy, because his dominancy increases his 3 point as well as his movement speed, is because when it comes to other centers, like Jokic, for example, get a rebound pass, you increase your shooter, who is the carrier of your team, you increase their field goal percentages. You got some bonus, you increase their field goal percentages. You got fucking Gobert, you're going to increase your shooter's field goal percentage. I think Aiden, like you can just go down the list when it comes to exclusives and how it benefits the team as a whole rather than a selfish exclusive, which is solely focused on him. And I only point that out because he's a center. You don't necessarily want the center to be focused on himself. You want to provide buffs to your team when you're in 3v3 or even in fucking 5v5. You want to provide the buffs to your team. But anyway, that's the only thing I have to say about his exclusive, and that it's a selfish exclusive. It has nothing to do with boosting up your team. All right, so anyway, his strength is 700, the speed is 500, so he's a little bit slow, a little bit faster than Embiid, I think. The strength is 700, which is kind of average, so he will still get strength abused by Antetokounmpo, Embiid, and strong people like that, LeBron James, Ant-Man. So he'll still get strength abused. The 3 point is 750. It's not bad. That's almost like Tatum or some shit if I'm not mistaken. Mid range, interior is cool. The post, the dunk is 600. It's not, it's not like a major dunk, but you could dunk with 600. The pass, dribble, steal, block, all that is kind of low. Defense is low, and the rebound is 801, which is probably on par with Gobert, if I'm not mistaken. I think Gobert has an 801 rebound. And if you're new to my channel, I played Gobert in season one, mained him, and rebounding is all about positioning. But yeah, that 801 is kind of tough to work with, but you'll still be able to grab boards. So he has a lot of tier 5 badges. Got the power post up, the post cut, hoop, elite rebounder, post up jumper, brick wall. So before I go through the badges, I want to go ahead and do a comparison. So What does he bring to the team? He's not super fast, but he brings a three-pointer. And his exclusive is focused on him scoring, right? So Vukovic, Vuce brings a third or even secondary scorer to the team, especially at the 3-point line. It will have to be tested to see how consistent he is with the 750. But he's basically another scorer. Um, as far as the defensive side of things, his block is pretty low. His rebound is not the best. His defense is not the best. There's no steal. So he's kind of mid tier. But again, the devs are releasing these new players. I mean, these new ballers for new players. So we're gonna talk about what you get with them, and that's you get a scorer. He can dunk. Um, your defense is okay, especially when you get into the badges. So when it comes to the comparison, there's a lot of centers that you can kind of compare him to. Again, when it comes to shooters, automatically you're gonna think about Cat. Um, yeah, you might even throw Chat in there. You might throw Embiid in there. You might even throw Lopez in there. Like you're gonna throw the shooters in there at the three. Have Sabonis. You can throw Sabonis in there, right? But to narrow it down, out of all the centers, to narrow it down, in my best opinion, I think that he's in the comparison of Aiton. But I think that he is a Aiton that can shoot threes. And then let's look at the exclusive. So look at Aiden's for example. After setting the screen for a teammate, Aiden gains movement speed and mid-range field goal percent boost for a period of time. So that means you have to set the screen for your teammate, which is you being helpful to your team. And then after making a mid-range shot, his rebound rate increased for a period of time. So Aiden gets that boost as well, but it only activates after you set the screen. So it's not as selfish as Vooch when it comes to him just doing it all on his own. With Aiden, you gotta go fucking, set a screen and you do something for your team and not just like be fucking corner sitting, right? So that's what I mean by that. But so Aiden has the better strength. The speed is the same, but then you see the 3 points is a big difference. And this is why I think that Bokovic is like Aiden, but he can shoot threes, and that's the big difference. The mid range go to Aiden, but they're both going to hit. They're both going to hit middies, right? Interior post dunk. We're not too much worried about that. Not too much about the layup, the dribbles. Same. We ain't too much worried about that. The pass, you do kind of want to worry about the pass because you want to get an accurate pass across the court when you have to. That makes the difference between an open three and a contested three, depending on how to pass. If it's a good pass, right? You don't need that pass where your shooter has to catch the ball with one hand and do a fucking 180. All right, but the steal, the block, the defense, it all goes to Aiden. The rebound is the same. So to me, he's an Aiden that has a 3 point, but he's also a little bit less lacter on the defensive side of things because of the block and defense. That's gonna go to Aiden. But we're gonna take a look at the badges now. So tier five power post up, the airborne is gonna go to Aiden. Gonna go to the things that you kind of care about. He doesn't have stamina siphon, so when you body up, you won't be siphoning. His elite rebounder is 5 for 5. He does not have a mid-range pull-up pro that goes to Aiden. Pick and roll master is tier 3. The dunk monster is tier 4. He has brick wall 5 for 5. Has a box out master tier 4. He does not have a pro dunker. He does have ankle breaker, even though his strength is only like 700. So you're not going to be able to, you're not really going to be able to abuse that against the more stronger defenders. But if you just happen to find yourself up against, maybe an AD, I think because the strength of AD and him is like 700, so you may be able to kind of use it on AD if you just happen to be 1v1 with him. But when you getting bodied up by center versus center, you're not going to be able to do too much. They both have catch and shoot. Vukovic is missing quick chase, as you can see, so that does plays effect in your ability to play help defense. They both have pressure pursuit, which is nice. No fly zone. He does not have a poster printer, so that's another thing. He doesn't have Pro Dunker. He doesn't have Quick Chase. He doesn't have poster printer. And poster printer just it helps you in your ability to dunk the ball when you got somebody guarding you in the paint, like AD or Giannis, Embiid. If you can poster them and get them the fuck out the way, then your dunk's not going to get blocked, right? So having poster is it's kind of important. when you're dunk monstering. Clutch shooter is 3 for 3. Again, he's the A10 that can shoot. So he has the clutch shooter 3 for 3. Solid footwork, has an unlimited range. Tier 2 has a tier 1 3 point pull up pro. It's better than nothing. It's just tier 1, but it's better than not having it, right? Got the off screen shooter. So again, he just has the badges where he's a big that can kind of shoot. His alley oop is tier 1, so it's ass, but again, he doesn't even have poster printer. He doesn't have pro dunk. He's missing all of that. Does have a putback dunk of tier 3, has a baseline dunk of tier 1 instead of tier 2, just because of, he's just not a strong dunker when it comes to the badges. Power rebound, box out counter. You want that box out counter. They both have hook shots, so they both can do power O. He does not have a dunk fake and pass, which means that if you get yourself in a tough situation, or when you get yourself in a dunk animation, you cannot bail out of it. So if it's a bad animation that's going to get blocked, you're kind of just stuck with it. So you don't have a bailout of your dunks. You don't have a pro dunker. You don't have a posterizer in your dunks. He's just he can he dunk? Yes. Um, he just doesn't have so he doesn't have the badges he needs to be able to be like a dominant force in the paint when it comes to his dunks. So he's like he doesn't have the tier 2 dunk monster. You can't dunk fake pass out of it. You don't have posterized. You don't have pro dunks. I don't even think he has like the tomahawks and everything like that. So we'll keep on going. Long range block. Rebound doesn't have rebound chase. There it is. He doesn't have tomahawk. He doesn't have windmill. He doesn't have reverse. So does have a snatch block though. But again, his block is pretty low. Um, has a drifting shot in the fadeaway. Then you look at the comparisons here. So when you talk about his exclusive, which again is him shooting, when you go over his badges, you kind of get the idea that yeah, he's a big that can shoot. And then when you go over the stats and the badges in comparison, I really think he's just an Aiton that can shoot rather than Aiden being a more of a dominant force in the paint, being able to dunk and everything like that. So I think he's just literally the opposite of Aiden. But since he is a shooter, then we got to go ahead and talk about and compare him to the GOAT himself when it comes to shooting threes, and that's K Towns. So that's Cat, and then Cat is pretty selfish as well. When you take a look at his exclusive is all about him shooting as well. So they both have that in common, to where they don't have nothing to do with impacting their teammates. So they both are pretty selfish when it comes to their exclusives. Do want to point out that Cat is 7 foot tall, while Vucevic is 6'10". So if you're running double big, just be aware of that, because that is going to affect who has the three position and who has the two position. And because Vooch is slow with 500 speed, and he doesn't have quick chase or nothing like that to help him kind of zoom around the map, you don't really want to be in a two position where you might get maxed where you might get matched up with a double shooter, or or something bad like that, to where you're not going to be able to keep up, right? So just keep that in mind. Excuse me, it's pretty short. The strength is pretty the same. The speed goes to Cat, of course. The 3 point goes to Cat, of course. So just off the bat, I still say that if you want to play triple shooter with a big, um, K Town is winning. Like, he has the speed, he has the better 3 point. We're going to continue to go. The dunk goes to K Town favor. He has that exclusive dunk as well. The steal, the block, K Town can block. They boosted his block. I need to take a look at the patch notes. I'm almost positive that K Town block was a solid 600. So he has 21 more points. I'm almost. Don't quote that, but I don't remember him being 621. Maybe he was. It's just been a long time since I used him. But yeah, as long as you're above 600 block stats, you can block animated dunks. So K Town has 621. That's why he can block Dunk Monster. I talked about it in season one, season two, where people didn't think K Town would block. I had to prove them wrong. Made videos on that. So if you're new to my channel, K Town can block. Trust me. The defense, they're both theoretically the same. The rebound, kind of the same as well. And then you get into the badges. Um, let's see. Some of the important things would be Vukovic does have the better elite rebounder. Cat has the better box out master, pick and roll master, brick walls, catch and shoot. Cat has a corner three specialist. So again, with Vooch, again, you know, what I'm saying he's a shooter, but he's a shooter that doesn't even have a corner three specialist badge. K Town has tier four corner three specialist. He does have ankle breaker. Cat does not have that. Cat really doesn't need it though. You Cat kind of, you know what I'm saying, Cat got a little bag where you can do just a little bit of a dribble. And if you're able to use that speed and kind of get open or to step back or even just get that exclusive dunk to go, Cat is not the bully. He's the speedster. It's like, so if you haven't played Cat yet, you just kind of use his speed to kind of move around a defender. He's not really a bully when it comes to the ankle breaker. Um, Airborne is the same. Zone finder, that's that pass, right? Players press into position, increase movement speed on offense after a pass. Both have pressure pursuit. Both have no fly zone. Again, Cat bringing you that poster printer, what you want. He's bringing you that pro dunker, what you want. Got the speedy passer. Like again, do not underestimate the ability to pass the ball across the court to your shooter who's open for three. It makes a big difference. Plus shooter is the same. 3-point pull up pro goes to Cat. It's only tier two. Got an acrobat. I think that's the layup. Increase field percent on advanced layup. Yes, that's the layup. Solid footwork. Unlimited range does go to Vucevic. Instead of Cat for some reason. Um, I mean, if you watch Vooch, you'll see him pull up from like 29, 30 feet in the NBA, like for in real life. So you'll see. I mean, Cat does the same thing, but to each their own. It's the devs. The devs made it that way. First step master, off screen shooter, glue hands, put back dunk tier three, power rebound. Both got the box out counter. He has the better power O, so you better I mean, he has the better hook shot, so you can do power O. Baseline dunk, alley oop is the same. He has the long range block. You are gonna have to test it again because Vucevic doesn't have a high. He can block because everybody can block now with the new updates. You don't need 600 to block, but he may not be able to block animation, so that's something that is going to have to be tested. But he does have the badges to get blocks, so we'll see how they go. We have to keep an eye on that and test that out. Post up, hop step, rebound chaser goes to Cat, step back shot. Talked about that when it comes to Cat bag. Snatch block if you can get the block. There's a shimmy shank which goes to Vooch bag. Cat has a Euro step, bump fake and pass. Okay, and that's about it. And then you look at the heat map comparison here. It's not too bad. Um, as you can see, Cat threes they're in the same position, but Cat has two red ones, which means those are two better hot zones than Vooch. But we'll see how we go. I definitely still give Cat the crown, especially with the speed. You definitely to any new players, one of the most important stats to have is going to be speed, and then having the quick chase ability, but especially if you're running solo queue, you have to be able to play both sides of the ball. So you're going to have some teammates who just can't hold defense, and you're going to have to double team, and then saying you might have to play zone and then try to get back to the to the board to get the rebound. So speed is definitely an important stat to have. So that alone, that 700 speed alone is just so big in a crucial part of you know you picking K Town over you picking Vooch. But I think that's about it that I had for Bokovic. See here, just to double check. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that is going to do it. Um, yeah, he's basically a reverse Aiden, an Aiden that can shoot and can't dunk like Aiden can, but can shoot better threes than Aiden can. But if you're gonna go with a shooter, you might as well go K Town. And yeah, with that, your boy is out.